We have a special guest joining me today. Pastor Cee-Jay is the founder of the David D. Jones Foundation. First, thank you so much for joining us here on Vegas Locker Room tonight.
Thank you for having me.
You are the founder of the David D. Jones Legacy Foundation. So first, let's talk about who David Jones was and why you started this foundation.
Okay. David Jones was my brother. He was a former NFL player for the Los Angeles Raiders. He was a tight end, sometimes wide receiver, and we lost him about 2 years ago to CTE. And so from that is what caused us to start the foundation. Not so much about his legacy, but it really is about helping the next generation of young people protect their brain health before it's too late.
Right, and you were telling me about David and all of his symptoms, but you weren't aware of everything that he was suffering through, going through, until it was too late. And now, with your foundation, you're trying to go into colleges, universities, and what are you telling those young people now?
We're telling them the information that my brother and many others did not have. We're telling you to protect yourself, to wear the right gear. If you get a concussion, take care of yourself. Back in the day, if you got hurt, you get up, you shake it off, and you move on. That's killing people. And so there needs to be a change, and it starts with education and awareness.
There's more education and awareness now than when your brother played in the 80s and the 90s in college and the NFL. Where do you see football going? How far has the NFL, college, how far has the football world gone in terms of raising awareness for brain health, physical health, mental health? How far does it still need to go?
They've come a long way from where it was when my brother played, but there's still a long way to go. For instance, many of the symptoms that my brother faced, we didn't realize it had anything to do with CTE. We knew for the last 5-7 years of his life that he had CTE, but we didn't know what that meant. We knew he would eventually die from it, and it wouldn't be diagnosed until post-mortem. That's about all we knew, and there's so much more to know. And so we're trying to share that information with the next generation of young people so that they can maybe not prevent everything, but to take better care of their brain health.
Where can people go to find out more information or to help the foundation?
To help the foundation, you could go to the David D. Jones Legacy Foundation is under my ministry, which is cjministries.org. And if you go there, then you will see the link for the David D. Jones Legacy Foundation. And that's where you can donate. Probably next year, we're taking donations now to hand out better equipment to people in underserved areas so that they're not playing with outdated equipment or no equipment at all. We want even the youngest person in any stage of life, in any area that they live, to be able to protect their brain health. And so that's one of the things we're doing to help the next generation.
Right. Are you going into high schools? Are we talking about youth football as well?
We're going into high school, little leagues, whatever is out there where young people do not have the proper equipment, either because they can't afford it or they're handing down older equipment that is not satisfactory.
Now, your brother is gone, and you've gone through a lot of grief, and now you've taken that grief, you've built this foundation. What are you hoping to do with this foundation? Just give us a couple sentences about what you want to do to help others.
What we want to do to help others is to raise awareness and make sure this generation and the generation behind this one has more information than my brother's generation, so that no one has to die from CTE without at least knowing what they got themselves into. My brother had no information. He didn't even know what was happening to him when it was happening to him. And that's just not right. And that's what we're fighting against. We're not fighting against the NFL. We're not fighting against football. We're fighting for the information to be shared so that people can know exactly what it is their children are playing, the athletes are playing. They should know.
Now, for some athletes, we can't prevent it. There's already been brain damage, CTE, with some athletes. You are the family member of one man who did get CTE. Are you also working with family members of these football athletes, these football players,
Yes.
to help them recognize and to help them cope with, help them with their family members or
Yes.
friends?
One of the things that we do on our webpage, we have a Before the Next Hit guide. And it is to help families recognize the warning signs. And we put that together so that parents can check and see. But for the families that are already affected, we're working on having grief counseling, retreats where we can all come together to talk about what we're experiencing and what the athletes are dealing with.